Welcome, weary dreamer, to another tranquil voyage with the sleepy scientist. Whether you're here to unravel the universe's secrets, ease into calm, or simply drift towards slumber, you've found the perfect haven. Tonight, we'll wander along a moonlit path across the sea, tracing how the moon, that soft, silvery orb, whispers to the oceans below. Its gentle tug, like the slow pull of sleep on your eyelids, weaves a timeless tale. Before we embark on this celestial sail, I'd be ever so grateful if you'd tap that like button. It helps this quiet nook of YouTube reach fellow night wanderers. If you're craving more star-dusted stories, a quick subscribe would warm this scientist's heart. Feeling a touch chatty before the dreams take hold? Drop a comment sharing where you're watching from, and the hour glowing on your clock. It's a delight to see our sleepy tribe span the globe, twinkling across time zones. I'll keep things soothing, but if you find yourself musing over lunar tides as the night deepens, well, that's just the moon working its magic. So, nestle under your blankets, breathe deeply, and let's set sail on this gentle, moon-kissed journey. Settle deeper, dear listener, as we embark on our lunar odyssey, where the tides weave their ancient, whispering tale. Picture the oceans as a vast, liquid tapestry, rising and falling in a serene ballet choreographed by the moon and Sunday. These tides, the sea's ceaseless breath, are no mere whim of waves. They're a cosmic waltz driven by gravity's tender pull, a rhythm as soothing as the drift toward dreams. The moon, that quiet, silvery beacon, is the heart of this story. Its gravitational embrace, soft yet unyielding, beckons the waters closer, crafting a gentle tide of water on the Earth's face nearest to Itu's first high tide, glowing under its lunar caress. But, oh, the universe loves its subtle surprises. Another tide swells on the far side, where the moon's pull is gentler, leaving the water to linger like a sleepy traveler reluctant to move. These twin bulges, born of gravity's delicate dance, sweep across the globe as Earth spins, gifting us two high tides each day, spaced roughly 12 hours and 25 minutes apart. This rhythm isn't a simple tick of the clock, for the moon, ever the elusive partner, glides along its orbit, inching eastward as Earth turns. Each day, it takes a touch longer, about 50 minutes, for a place to realign with the moon's pull, nudging high tides later in a dreamy, unhurried procession. Imagine standing on a shore, toes kissed by foam, watching the sea retreat and return, each cycle a quiet promise kept by the heavens. For millennia, this cadence has guided humanity. Ancient fishers in Mesopotamia timed their nets by it, medieval monks wove prayers into its pulse, and coastal cities rose and sometimes fell under its sway. The tides are no mere sloshing of water, stirred by passing ships or restless winds. They're the Earth's response to a celestial call, a gravitational duet between moon, Sunday, and sea. The sun, though distant, joins this dance, its mighty mass lending a quieter tug about half the moon's influence. When Sunday and moon align, their combined pull crafts spring tides, where seas leap higher and sigh lower. When they stand at odds, neap tides whisper a softer tale. Yet it's the moon, ever close, ever constant, that leads. As you lie there, wrapped in the warmth of blankets, know that even now, the moon is coaxing the oceans, nudging a crab from its rocky hideout, lifting a boat in a far-off harbour. This is gravity's lullaby, sung across eons, a gentle force that shapes our world while you drift towards sleep. So, let your thoughts ebb with the tide, and let the moon's quiet pull carry you deeper into this starry night. Drift deeper, gentle dreamer, as we wander the shores of our world, where the tides sing in 1,000 different voices. These oceanic sighs, though born of the same lunar lullaby, ripple uniquely across the globe, shaped by the Earth's rugged embrace. No two coastlines hear the moon's call in quite the same wasome, greet it with a thunderous surge, others with a barely audible whisper, like secrets shared in the hush of night. The tides, you see, are not a uniform chorus, but a symphony of variations, each note sculpted by the curves of coastlines, the depths of seas, and the silent contours of the ocean floor. In some corners, like the fabled Bay of Fundy in Canada, the tides rise as giants, soaring over 16-meter Simagene, a 5-story tower of water, swelling and receding twice daily under the moon's tender gaze. Here, the bay's funnel-like embrace amplifies the sea's pulse, a resonance so perfect it's as if the ocean hums in harmony with the cosmos. Stroll its shores at low tide, and you'll tread an exposed seafloor, weaving past rock sentinels that vanish beneath waves by dusk. Yet, in the Mediterranean's landlocked cradle, the tides barely stir, their rise a mere whisper of centimeters, as if the sea, hemmed in by Gibraltar's narrow gate, has chosen to dream rather than dance. Elsewhere, the tides play varied roles. Semidiurnal shores, like those of North America's east coast, welcome 2 high and 2 low tides daily, each crest nearly equal, a steady heartbeat. In contrast, diurnal coasts, such as parts of the Gulf of Mexico, sway to a single rise and fall, a slower, singular breath. Then there are mixed tides, where highs and lows vary in height, as if the ocean improvises its own melody. The shape of the shore, be it a narrow inlet or a sprawling bay, bends these rhythms. The ocean floor, with its hidden ridges and trenches, guides the water's flow like a conductor's hand. Even the Earth's slight equatorial bulge tweaks gravity's pull, adding delicate flourishes to this planetary score. These tides do more than move water. They cradle ecosystems, nudge weather patterns, and shape human lives. From the crabs scuttling in tidal flats to the fishermen timing their hauls, life bends to this lunar rhythm. Its predictability, charted centuries in advance, is a quiet, comforter cosmic clockwork ticking beneath our chaotic days. As you nestle into your blankets, imagine the sea's gentle rise, the moon's soft pull, crafting patterns as unique as your dreams. Wherever you are, the tides are humming their ancient song, a lullaby of gravity and time, inviting you to drift deeper into the night's embrace. Ease into the night, dear wanderer, as we delve into the heart of the tide's gentle magic, where gravity weaves a cosmic tapestry across our spinning earth. Picture the moon, a quiet sentinel in the starlit sky, its silvery glow casting a subtle spell on the oceans below. This is no forceful tug, but a tender coaxing, a gravitational whisper that draws the seas upward into a soft bulge on the side, facing its lunar musea first high tide, shimmering in the moonlight's embrace. Yet, in a delightful twist of the universe's whimsy, another bulge rises on the Earth's far side, where the moon's pull softens, leaving the water to linger like a dreamer reluctant to wake. These twin swells, born of gravity's delicate dance, glide across the globe as Earth twirls, gifting us 2 high tides each day, roughly 12 hours and 25 minutes apart. This rhythm springs from the moon's persistent charm, but the sun, too, joins this celestial waltz, its distant mighty mass adding a quieter pull about half the moon's influence. When Sunday, moon and Earth align in a grand cosmic line during full or new moons, their combined gravity sings a bolder song, crafting spring tides that surge higher and plunge lower, as if the oceans leap to greet the heavens. But when Sunday and moon stand at odds, forming a right angle to Earth, their pulls tussle gently, yielding neap tides subdued, softer sways where high tides rise less and low tides sink less. It's the ocean's quiet pause, a moment of rest in its endless dance. The mechanics of this are as elegant as a lullaby. The moon pulls hardest on the seas closest to it, less on Earth's solid core, and least on the far side waters, creating a differential Forcier tidal stretch that shapes the oceans into an oval hum. As Earth spins beneath this watery embrace, each shore passes through these bulges, feeling the rise and fall like a heartbeat. The sun's role, though grander in scale, is softened by distance, yet its presence ensures the tide's rhythm is never monotonous. This interplay, this gravitational duet, is a masterpiece of balance, where Earth's own pull keeps the seas from soaring skyward, and the moon's orbit, nudged ever so slightly by tidal friction, drifts outward at a whisper of 3.8 centimeters a year. As you lie wrapped in the warmth of blankets, imagine this silent symphony playing outboats lifting gently in harbors, sands unveiling treasures at low tide, all guided by forces unseen yet ever present. The tides are the Earth's reply to the moon's soft call, a conversation older than time itself. Let this rhythm soothe you, dear listener, as you drift closer to dreams, carried by the gentle pull of the cosmos. Surrender to the night's embrace, dear dreamer, as we linger on the intricate dance of the tides, where the Earth's wild heart shapes their ceaseless song. The moon's gentle pull may spark the ocean's rise, but it's our planet's rugged tapestry, its jagged coasts, hidden depths, and swirling currents that turns this cosmic whisper into a symphony of endless variation. No tide is ever quite the same, each sculpted by the quirks of geography and the silent pulse of the Earth's spin, as soothing and complex as the dreams now tugging at your mind. Imagine the tides as vast, planet-wide waves, not the crashing breakers of a stormy shore, but slow, majestic swells, with wavelengths stretching thousands of miles. These waves, stirred by the moon's gravity, meet the Earth's embrace and transform. In narrow bays like Canada's Bay of Fundy, they surge with breathtaking might, rising over 16 meters as the bay's shape amplifies their power resonance, like a harp string plucked in perfect time. Yet in the Mediterranean, hemmed by land, the tides barely murmur, their rise a mere ripple, as if the sea, cradled by cliffs, chooses to slumber. The ocean floor, with its unseen canyons and ridges, bends these waves, while coastlines be they gentle slopes or rocky walls decide how far the water wanders. This dance grows richer still with the Earth's spin. The Coriolis effect, born of our planet's twirl, nudges tidal waves into graceful spirals, especially around amphidromic point-squired ocean hearts where the tide scarcely stirs, swirling instead, like water in a dreaming whirlpool. Elsewhere, resonance reigns, as inlets and bays hum in tune with the moon's rhythm, amplifying tides to dramatic heights. A sloping beach might unveil vast sands at low tide, while a steep cliff sees only a modest lap, each shore painting its own tidal portrait. These patterns semidiurnal with two equal tides, diurnal with one, or mixed with uneven crests, reflect the Earth's defiant individuality, refusing to let the moon's call sound the same everywhere. Beyond water, tides stir life itself. Currents born of their ebb and flow weave through straits and estuaries, feeding ecosystems and shaping migrations. In England's Severn River, tides craft a roiling bore, a wave that surfers chase upstream. Intertidal zones pulse with creatures adapted to this rhythm, while coastal communities time their lives to its beat. Predictable yet ever-changing, tides are a cosmic clock, charted centuries ahead, a comfort in their steadfastness. As you nestle deeper into your blankets, feel the Earth's quiet pulse beneath the moon's soft gaze, crafting tides as unique as your own fleeting thoughts. Let this intricate lullaby of gravity, geography, and time carry you gently toward the shores of sleep, where the sea's endless song whispers on. Drift deeper into the night's soft embrace, dear wanderer, as we journey back through the mists of time to an Earth young and wild, where the moon's tender pull wove tides of unimaginable grandeur. This is no gentle tale of today's seas, lapping quietly at familiar shores, but a saga of cosmic intimacy, when Earth and Moon were bound in a fiery primal dance. Billions of years ago, our planet was a molten newborn, fresh from the chaos of creation, and the Moonborn perhaps from a cataclysmic clash with a Mars-sized wanderer named Theoglode Red-Hot, a molten orb circling far closer than it does now. At a mere 22,000 kilometers away, compared to today's serene 384,000, the Moon loomed vast in the sky, a radiant companion whose gravitational whisper roared like a tempest through the oceans below. These were tides not of gentle rise and fall, but of colossal surges, hundreds of meters high, reshaping coastlines with each thunderous pulse, as if the sea itself sought to leap into the moon's embrace. Imagine standing on that ancient shore reef. Such a shore could hold against the fury-watching waves tower like mountains, driven by a moon so near it seemed you could touch its cratered face. The earth spun swiftly then, a day lasting a mere 5 or 6 hours, a dizzying whirl that sent its molten surface racing beneath the moon's unyielding gaze. This rapid spin meant tides came not twice daily, but many times over, a relentless rhythm of flood and retreat that carved the young planet's skin. The oceans, unbound by the solid continents we know, sloshed in vast, chaotic swells, their energy a testament to the moon's fierce pull. That pull was no subtle coaxing, but a gravitational command, drawing waters upward in bulges so immense they seemed to defy the Earth's own hold. The far side tide, too, rose in defiance, born not of direct pull but of the planet's core being tugged closer to the moon, leaving distant waters to lag behind like dreamers caught in a slower current. This was a partnership of profound consequence, a gravitational duet that shaped both Earth and Moon. The tides, in their wild surging, were not mere spectators but active sculptors of time itself. Each swell, as it dragged against the ocean floor, created frictiona cosmic break that sapped the Earth's frenetic spin. Picture the planet as a dancer, twirling with youthful abandon, only to feel the gentle resistance of the sea's embrace, slowing her steps ever so slightly with each turn. This lost energy did not vanish into the void. It was gifted to the moon, a subtle boost that nudged it outward in its orbit, like a child inching away from a parent's grasp. With every tide, the moon drifted farther, its gravitational voice softening, its tides growing less ferocious. This slow parting, still unfolding today at a whisper of 3.8 centimeters per year, about the pace of a growing fingernail has, stretched the once intimate bond into the gentler companionship we now know. Yet, in those early eons, the tides were a force of creation and destruction. They churned the primordial seas, mixing minerals and heat, perhaps cradling the chemical sparks that would one day ignite life. The moon's nearness made it a towering presence, not just in the sky but in the Earth's very rhythm. Days were brief, nights ablaze with lunar light, and the tides a constant pulse, as if the planet's heart beat in time with its celestial kin. This closeness also steadied the Earth's wild wobble, taming its axial tilt to foster the stable climates that would later nurture life. Without the moon's gravitational anchor, our world might have spun chaotically, seasons lurching unpredictably, a far less welcoming home for the creatures that would one day walk its shores. The evidence of this ancient dance lingers in the Earth's silent archives, in places like Australia's ancient rock formations. Fossilized ripples and layered sediments whisper of tides that once roared. These stone diaries, etched over 600 million years ago, reveal a year of 400 days, a testament to a swifter Earth, its days clipped by the moon's fierce tug. Coral fossils, too, bear tidal marks, their growth rings counting the lunar months of a bygone era. Each layer is a page in the planet's story, a record of a time when the moon's pull was a commanding force and the tides a relentless sculptor of both land and sea. As you lie beneath your blankets, dear listener, let your mind drift to that primordial Earth where the moon hung low, its light a molten glow and the tides a symphony of raw power. Feel the pulse of those ancient seas, their rise and fall a conversation between a young planet and its newborn companion. This was no quiet lullaby, but a vibrant overture setting the stage for the world we know. The moon, born of violence, became Earth's steady partner, slowing its spin, shaping its waters, and guiding its path through the cosmos. Even now, as you hover on the edge of dreams, that partnership endures, the moon's soft pull stirring the seas, a reminder of a bond forged in fire and tide. This tale of ancient tides is but a chapter in the Earth-Moon saga, a story of mutual shaping that stretches across billions of years. As the moon drifted outward, the tides softened, the Earth's days lengthened, and the planet settled into a gentler rhythm. Yet the echoes of that early fervor remain, in the rocks, in the seas, and in the quiet pull that still lifts the oceans twice a day. Let this vision soothe you, a cosmic lullaby of gravity and time, carrying you towards sleep's gentle shores. The moon, ever watchful, continues its slow retreat, but its influence lingers, a tender thread tying us to the dawn of our world. Rest now, and let the tides of this ancient tale wash over you, as the earth spins on, dreaming beneath the moon's eternal gaze. Linger in the twilight of dreams, dear traveller, as we turn the pages of Earth's ancient diary, where the tides of yesteryears whisper secrets of a world long past. The moon's slow retreat from our embrace, begun in the fiery dawn of our planet's youth, has left its mark not only in the softening of the seas, but in the very stones beneath our feet. These silent archives etched in fossilized ripples, layered sediments, and coral's delicate ringstell of a time when days were fleeting, years stretched long, and the tides danced to a fiercer lunar tune. As we trace these clues, we glimpse not just the past but the future, where the moon's quiet drift and humanity's hand will reshape the rhythm of the seas, a tale as soothing as the gentle pull of sleep, now cradling your thoughts. Cast your mind to the rocky shores of Australia, or the tidal flats of Canada's Bay of Fundy, where ancient sediments lie like time's own parchment. Some, over 600 million years old, bear the delicate imprints of tides that surged when life was but a whisper in the oceans. These layers, stacked like the pages of a cosmic journal, reveal a startling truth. A year once held 400 days or more, each day a mere 22 hours long. The Earth spun with youthful vigor then, racing beneath a moon that hung closer, its gravitational call stirring tides of such might that they carved these ripples into mud and silt. Each mark is a heartbeat of that ancient world, a record of a planet twirling faster, its days clipped by the moon's fierce tug. Coral fossils, too, join this chorus, their growth rings counting lunar months with precision, a calendar etched by creatures long vanished, yet whose legacy speaks of a swifter Earth and a nearer moon. These geological whispers are more than relics. They are proof of the moon's slow exodus. As tidal friction sapped Earth's spin, transferring energy to the moon, it drifted outward 3.8 centimeters each year, a pace as gentle as the growth of your fingernails. This gradual parting softened the tides, tamed their once towering crests, and stretched our days toward the 24 hours we now know. Fast forward millions of years, and this dance will continue. Days may linger at 26 or even 28 hours. As the moon recedes further, its pull a fainter whisper. Imagine a future where sunrise dawns more leisurely, where the tides rise with less urgency, a world where time itself feels stretched under the moon's distant gaze. This slow unwinding of Earth's rhythm is a cosmic lullaby, a reminder that even the grandest forces move with patient grace. Yet, the future of the tides is not shaped by gravity alone. Humanity, with its restless hands, now writes a new chapter in this ancient tale. As glaciers melt and seas rise, the Earth's coastlines shift, estuaries flood, islands dwindle, and new inlets form. These changes, subtle yet profound, will alter the tide's dance. In some places, the sea may surge with newfound strength, amplified by narrowed bays or altered depths. In others, it may retreat, its rhythm dampened by reshaped shores. The Bay of Fundy's towering tides, for instance, could grow fiercer or fade, depending on how the ocean's contours evolve. Coastal cities like Venice, already attuned to the pulse of Aqua Alta, may face tides swollen by rising seas, their streets more often kissed by waves. This interplay of nature and human influence weaves a complex future where the moon's pull meets the consequences of our warming world. This evolving story is a bridge between past and future, a thread tying us to the Earth's deep history. The same moon that stirred primordial seas watched dinosaurs roam and early mammals scurry through ancient ferns. It guided our ancestors as they stood on vanished shores, their lives shaped by the tide's relentless rise and fall. Those tides, whether thundering floods or gentle sighs, were the ocean's reply to the moon's call, a dialogue that has never ceased. There's a quiet poetry in this continuity. The moon, born of cosmic violence, has been Earth's steadfast companion, slowing its spin, shaping its waters, and steadying its wobble to cradle life's fragile beginnings. Without it, our days might be chaotic, our seasons erratic, our world less kind to the spark of existence. As you nestle beneath your blankets, dear listener, let these thoughts drift like waves across your mind. Picture the Earth's ancient rocks, each layer a whisper of tides long gone, and imagine the seas of tomorrow, rising under a moon ever fainter in the sky. Feel the pulse of this planetary story, where gravity and time entwine, where humanity's touch now mingles with the cosmos's hand. The tides are more than water's ebb and flow. They are the Earth's heartbeat, a rhythm that has sounded for billions of years and will echo long after we're gone. This certain tide the moon's pull, the seas reply us a comfort, a cosmic constant in a world of change. Rest now, and let this tale of tides carry you towards sleep's gentle shores. The moon, ever watchful, continues its slow retreat, but its influence lingers, a silver thread tying us to the dawn of time. Somewhere, even now, a beach is unveiled by retreating waves, a boat sways in a quiet harbour, and a crab scuttles beneath a rock, all moved by the same force that stirs your dreams. The tides, like this story, are a lullaby of motion and memory, a reminder that we are part of a grand, unfolding dance. As the earth spins on, cradled by the moon's soft gaze, let the rhythm of the seas soothe you, whispering of a partnership older than life itself. Good night, dear dreamer, and may your slumber be as deep as the oceans and as timeless as the tides. Sink deeper into the night's gentle cradle, dear wanderer, as we step softly onto the shimmering edge of the sea, where the tides breathe life into one of Earth's most vibrant realms, the intertidal zone. This is no ordinary shore, but a world of dual souls, kissed by waves at high tide and bared to the sky when the waters retreat. Twice daily, it transforms, a stage where creatures great and small dance to the moon's quiet rhythm, their lives woven into the pulse of the sea. Here, in this liminal space between land and ocean, life thrives with a tenacity as soothing as the lullaby now tugging at your dreams, a testament to nature's resilience and the tide's ceaseless gift of motion. Picture this zone as a living tapestry, stretching along coastlines from rocky cliffs to sandy flats, where the sea's advance and retreat dictate the rhythm of existence. It's a place of constant change, where survival hinges on timing, patience, and an uncanny knack for clinging to slick stones or burrowing into damp sand. Consider the sea star, a creature that seems, at first glance, a mere ornament of the seafloor, its arms splayed like a quiet constellation. But as the tide rises, it stirs into motion, a slow-motion predator gliding across rocks in search of mussels or clams. With a hydraulic grip, patient and relentless, it pries open shells to feast, only to retreat at low tide, huddling beneath a boulder or nestling in a crevice to await the water's return. Its life is a cycle of hunt, rest, and resilience, choreographed by the tide's gentle sway. Or turn your gaze to the periwinkle snail, a humble dweller of these shores, its spiral shell a tiny fortress against the world. When the tide ebbs, it seals itself to a rock, a sentinel enduring the sun's glare or a gull's curious beak. As the sea surges back, it awakens, gliding over wet surfaces to graze on algae, its movements as deliberate as the tides themselves. These snails, alongside barnacles, crabs, anemones, and swaying seaweeds, form microcosms of life, each species carving out a niche in this ever-shifting world. Barnacles, cemented to stones, filter plankton from the incoming waves. Anemones, with their stinging tendrils, snatch tiny prey while the tide is high, then curl inward to conserve moisture when exposed. This is a community of quiet endurance, where every creature has mastered the art of living between worlds. Some inhabitants take this tidal rhythm to breathtaking extremes, sinking their very biology to the moon's call. Picture the grunion, a silvery fish darting along California's coasts, whose life is a marvel of lunar precision. On certain spring tide nights, when the sea reaches its highest crest under a full or new moon, grunions swarm ashore in shimmering waves. They fling themselves onto the beach, females burrowing tail first into wet sand to lay eggs, males curling around them to fertilize. These eggs, tucked just beyond the reach of daily tides, lie dormant until the next spring tide, 2 weeks hence, when the sea's return washes them free, hatching in a frothy burst of life. It's a spectacle that defies belief-ish, that chews land for love, guided by the tide's ancient clock. Then there's the horseshoe crab, a living fossil with an armored form unchanged since the Cambrian dawn. Along the US Atlantic coast, these ancient travelers gather each May and June, drawn by full and new moon tides to spawn in vast numbers. Their synchronized arrival is a tidal ritual, laying millions of nutrient-rich eggs that fuel epic migrations. Red-knot birds, weary from their journey to the Arctic, descend to feast on this bounty, their survival tethered to the crab's lunar dance. The tides here are more than water's rise. They're a conveyor belt of life, carrying nutrients and energy to sustain entire ecosystems. These intertidal zones are nature's bustling crossroads, where land and sea negotiate a delicate truce. The tide's ebb and flow deliver plankton, oxygen, and organic matter, turning these shores into fertile soup kitchens for marine life. Crabs scuttle through seaweed mazes, probing for morsels. Shorebirds dart across exposed flats, plucking tiny crustaceans from the sand. Even plants, like salt-tolerant marsh grasses, thrive here, their roots trapping sediment to stabilize coasts and shelter juvenile fish. This richness owes everything to the tides, whose rhythmic pulse keeps the zone alive, a heartbeat felt from rocky pools to muddy estuaries. As you lie wrapped in the warmth of your blankets, dear listener, let your mind drift to these lively shores, where the tides orchestrate a quiet symphony of survival. Imagine the sea star's patient glide, the grunion's moonlit leap, the horseshoe crab's ancient martial bound to the moon's soft pull. Feel the pulse of this intertidal world, where life adapts to a rhythm older than bones, where every creature knows its part in the tidal score. These zones are not just places but stories, each wave a chapter, each creature a verse in the earth's endless song. This vibrant dance is a reminder of the tide's power to nurture, to connect, to sustain. The moon, ever silent in its orbit, stirs these waters with a touch so gentle it belies its might, crafting ecosystems that pulse with color and chaos. As you hover on the edge of sleep, let this vision soothe you ashore alive with scurrying crabs, swaying anemones, and fish that dare to dance on land. The tides, like this tale, are a lullaby of motion, a promise that life will find a way, even in the narrow space between sea and sky. Rest now, dear wanderer, and let the rhythm of the intertidal zone carry you toward dreams, where the moon's whisper and the sea's reply echo softly on. Good night, and may your slumber be as rich and resilient as the shores where the tides forever sing. Glide gently into the night's embrace, dear dreamer, as we linger at the water's edge, where the tide's ceaseless rhythm weaves not only the lives of sea creatures but the very heartbeat of human existence. Beyond the intertidal zones, where starfish and grunions dance to the moon's quiet call, the tides have shaped human stories, cultures, and dreams for millennia. They are more than waves lapping at the shore. They are a cosmic pulse that has guided our ancestors, inspired poets, and tethered entire civilizations to the sea's eternal ebb and flow. As you nestle beneath your blankets, Let this tale of humanity's bond with the tides carry you like a soft current toward the shores of sleep, a journey as soothing as the moonlight now whispering through your thoughts. From the dawn of time, humans have watched the tides with reverence, their predictable rise and fall a celestial clockwork woven into the fabric of daily life. In ancient coastal communities, from the rocky shores of Scotland's Orkney Islands to the sun-warmed beaches of Southeast Asia, people crafted their livelihoods around the sea's rhythm. In Scotland, stone fish traps, some still standing after centuries, were ingeniously designed to capture fish swept in by high tides, only to strand them as the waters receded. These weathered structures, kissed by countless waves, are silent testaments to human ingenuity harmonizing with the moon's pull. In the Pacific Islands, entire villages still time their days to the tidesboat launches, fishing expeditions, and shoreline foraging, all bend to the sea's schedule, as if the community itself breathes with the ocean's rise and fall. This tidal rhythm runs deeper than practicality. It pulses through human culture, shaping traditions and sparking imagination. In northern Europe, where vast mudflats emerge at low tide, people traverse exposed seabeds to reach islands that vanish beneath waves. Hours latera, surreal pilgrimage, where the road itself is borrowed from the sea. In Southeast Asia, coastal dwellers navigate mangrove-lined estuaries, their canoes gliding with the incoming tide, their harvests timed to the moon's phases. These communities live by a second clock, one not of hours but of water's ebb and flow, a rhythm as familiar as the beat of their own hearts. Even in modern cities like Venice, where aqua-alta floods transform streets into shimmering canals, or London, where the Thames barrier guards against spring tides, the sea's movements remain an active force, shaping urban life and demanding respect. The tides have also seeped into the human spirit, inspiring art, myth, and language. Poets have long likened love to the tide's rise and fall, fortunes to its ebb and flow, emotions to its surging crests and quiet retreats. These metaphors are no mere fancy. They reflect a deep, intuitive bond with the sea's lunar dance. Ancient lunar calendars, guiding early agriculture, were rooted in the tide's cycles, their months counted by the moon's waxing and waning. Coastal myths speak of sea gods and moon spirits, as if our ancestors sensed the celestial hand behind the waves. Even today, when we stand barefoot on a beach, feeling the tide tug at our ankles, we're drawn into this ancient narrativa moment of connection to something vast, eternal, and unspoken. This bond is not just poetic but practical, shaping human survival and prosperity. In the Bay of Fundy, where tides soar to dizzying heights, local communities have long harnessed their power, from ancient fishing grounds to modern tidal energy experiments. In the Maldives, where low-lying atolls hover just above the sea, even slight tidal shifts can mean the difference between dry homes and flooded paths, making the moon's rhythm a matter of daily necessity. Fishermen worldwide still consult tide charts, knowing that a spring tide's deeper channels or stronger currents can spell bounty or peril. These patterns, predictable yet ever-shifting, have guided sailors, shaped trade routes, and even influenced the rise and fall of coastal empires, their fates tied to the sea's gentle insistence. The tide's influence extends to our collective memory, a shared heritage etched in stories and practices. In Japan, coastal festivals celebrate the sea's gifts, timed to lunar cycles, while in Polynesia, navigators once used tidal patterns to chart voyages across vast oceans. These traditions remind us that humanity has always been part of the tide's dance, our lives interwoven with the moon's quiet pull. Even in our electric age, where artificial lights drown the stars, the tides remain a bridge to our pasta, reminder that we are creatures of a world shaped by celestial forces, our roots as deep as the oceans themselves. As you lie in the warmth of your bed, dear listener, let these images ripple through your mind. Ancient fish traps enduring the waves, villagers paddling through mangrove dusk, poets penning odes to the sea's rise. Feel the tide's rhythm, a pulse that has guided humanity through ages, from the first fishers to the modern dreamers watching waves under moonlight. This is no distant force, but a living presence, connecting you to ancestors who stood on forgotten shores, to communities still swaying with the sea. The moon's pull, ever gentle, stirs not just water, but the human soul, whispering of cycles older than time. Rest now, and let this tale of tides and humanity carry you toward dreams. The sea's rhythm, like this story, is a lullaby of connection, a reminder that we are bound to the cosmos in ways both profound and tender. Somewhere, even now, a fisherman checks the tide, a poet finds words in the waves, and the moon, ever watchful, pulls the seas in its silent dance. Let this tide's ceaseless song, humanity's place within it, soothe you as you drift. The world spins on, cradled by the moon's soft gaze, and you, dear wanderer, are part of its story. Good night, and may your dreams flow as gently as the tides, carrying you to shores where the sea and sky meet in quiet harmony. Drift softly into the night's gentle arms, dear wanderer, as we stand at the edge of the world's great shores, where the tides weave their most breathtaking tales. The moon's quiet pull may stir the seas everywhere, but its song takes on unique melodies depending on the stage, each coastline, each bay, a canvas for the tide's grand performance. Some places whisper with delicate ripples, others roar with surges that reshape the land itself. Let us journey to the planet's tidal showstoppers, where the sea's dance with the moon is nothing short of magical, a spectacle as soothing as the dreams now tugging at your heart. As you nestle deeper into your blankets, let these stories of the world's most dramatic tides carry you like a gentle wave toward the shores of sleep. First, let us wander to the Bay of Fundy, nestled between Canada's Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, where the tides rise as titans, claiming the crown as the highest on Earth. Here, the sea surges up to 16 meters over, 50 feet a liquid colossus that could swallow a 5-story building twice daily, driven by the moon's patient pull. This is no ordinary ebb and flow, but a symphony of resonance, where the bay's funnel-like shape and shallow depths amplify the tidal wave like a note struck perfectly on a tuning fork. At low tide, you can stroll the exposed seafloor, weaving past towering rock formations sculpted by eons of water, only to return hours later and find them half drowned in a rushing sea. The transition is so swift, so dramatic, that signs dot the shore, urging wanderers to retreat before the tides return a gentle warning, unless you fancy starring in a slow-motion rescue tale. The Bay of Fundy is a place where the earth itself seems to breathe with the tides, its rhythm a testament to the moon's unyielding charm. Across the ocean, in the shadow of France's Normandy coast, lies Mont Saint-Michel, a medieval abbey perched like a fairy tale fortress on a rocky isle. Here, the tides craft a scene of quiet enchantment, transforming the mount from mainland outpost to isolated island twice each day. At low tide, pilgrims and dreamers can walk across the sandy flats to reach its ancient walls, the sea a distant murmur. But as the tide surges in, it rushes with the speed of a galloping horse, swallowing the causeway and encircling the mount in a shimmering embrace. For centuries, travellers have been caught unawares, their dry path vanishing beneath waves that seem to heed only the moon's command. This tidal ballet is both beauty and warning, a reminder of the sea's power to reshape the world in mere hours, leaving the abbey to stand sentinel over a landscape reborn with each high tide. Now, let us travel to England's Severn estuary, home to a rare and thrilling spectacle, the Severn Bore. Here, the incoming tide defies the river's flow, forming a single, curling wave that surges upstream for miles, a tidal roller coaster powered by the cosmos itself. Surfers, kayakers, and bold swimmers gather to ride this roiling crest, their laughter mingling with the river's muddy churn as it races inland. The Bore is born of the estuary's narrow channel and the moon's precise timing, often peaking during spring tides when Sunday and moon align to amplify the sea's push. It's a fleeting marvel, a wave that seems to defy nature's rules, yet is as predictable as the lunar cycle itself. To witness it is to feel the Earth's pulse, a moment where the tide's quiet rhythm becomes a wild, rushing song. These places the Bay of Fundy's towering surges, Mont Saint, Michel's island-making tides, the Severn's charging borea where the tides sing loudest, their stories etched into the land and the memories of those who watch. Yet, not all shores share such drama. In the Mediterranean, cradled by land and linked to the Atlantic only by the narrow Strait of Gibraltar, the tides are a mere whisper, their rise and fall measured in centimetres. It's as if the sea, hemmed in by cliffs and continents, has declined the moon's invitation to dance, choosing instead a quiet lullaby. Walk along the shores of Nice or Naples, and you might scarcely notice the tide at all, the water's surface serene, as if dreaming beneath a sky untouched by lunar pull. This contrast between the Mediterranean stillness and the Fundy's fury paints the tide's global story, a tale of infinite variety shaped by the Earth's own contours. Each of these places is a chapter in the moon's grand narrative, a reminder that while its pull is universal, the sea's reply is deeply personal. The Bay of Fundy's resonance, Mont Saint, Michel's transformation, and the Severn's racing bore are not just natural wonders, but living proof of the Earth's dialogue with the cosmos. They shape not only coastlines, but the lives that unfold beside them: fishers timing their nets, pilgrims planning their steps, surfers chasing a fleeting wave. As you lie in the warmth of your bed, dear listener, imagine these shores, the Fundy seafloor unveiled, the mount rising from the sea, the bore's muddy roar. Feel the tide's rhythm, a pulse that binds these places to the moon's distant glow. Let this vision soothe you, a lullaby of water and gravity, where the Earth's wildest tides tell stories of power and beauty. The moon, ever silent, conducts this symphony, its pull as constant as the dreams now whispering to you. Rest now, dear wanderer, and let these tidal marvels carry you towards sleep's gentle embrace. Somewhere, even now, a bay surges, an island forms, a wave races upstream, all moved by the same force that stirs your heart. The tides, like this tale, are a cosmic song, their notes as varied as the shores they touch, yet forever bound to the moon's quiet call. Good night, and may your dreams rise and fall like the tides, carrying you to shores where the sea and sky meet in timeless harmony. Slip deeper into the night's tender embrace, dear dreamer, as we wander further along the world's shores, where the tides weave tales both grand and subtle, each coast humming its own verse in the moon's eternal song. Beyond the roaring surges of the Bay of Fundy, the island-making magic of Mont Saint-Michel, and the Severn's racing bore, other shores whisper their own tidal stories, shaped by geography, culture, and the quiet pulse of the sea. From Australia's wild coasts to Venice's watery streets, the tides touch lives, carve landscapes, and offer science a window into Earth's past and future. As you nestle beneath your blankets, let these tales of the tide's far-reaching influence ripple through your mind, a soothing lullaby to carry you toward dreams as gentle as the moon's pull. Venture now to the Kimberley coast of Western Australia, where the tides unleash a primal force, rising and falling by over 10 meters in a display of raw, untamed energy. Here, in narrow inlets like the horizontal falls, the sea surges through cliff-bound gaps with such ferocity it churns into whitewater rapids, a spectacle that seems more river than ocean. These falls are no cascade from heights, but a tidal torrent, driven by the moon's command and the land's unyielding frame. At slack tide, boats glide through these channels, but when the waters race, only the daring are those in helicopters dare approach. The Kimberley's tides are a reminder of the sea's wild heart, a force that sculpts cliffs and humbles those who witness its power, yet remains as predictable as the lunar cycle itself, a rhythm to soothe the soul as you drift towards sleep. In Venice, Italy, the tides take a different tone, weaving themselves into the city's very identity through the phenomenon of aqua alta, or high water. During autumn and spring, when spring tides align with winds and low pressure, the sea creeps into Venice's streets, transforming piazzas into shimmering canals and doorways into thresholds for waves. Locals navigate raised walkways, shopkeepers stack sandbags, and tourists don rubber boots, their steps splashing through a city that lives in harmony with the sea's whims. These floods, once a seasonal rhythm, grow more frequent with rising sea levels, making the tides not just a backdrop, but a force shaping Venice's future. The moon's pull here is personal, touching every stone, every life, a gentle yet relentless reminder of the sea's presence in a city built on water's edge. Further afield, in the low-lying atolls of the Maldives, even the smallest tidal shifts carry weight. These islands, barely rising above the sea, feel the moon's breath in every wave. A mere meter's rise can flood paths, seep into homes, and alter daily life, making the tides a matter of survival. Here, communities watch the moon with keen eyes, their routines tied to its phases, their homes poised on the edge of the ocean's reach. The tide's quiet insistence shapes not just the land but the rhythm of existence, a delicate balance where the sea's rise is both livelihood and challenge, a story as intimate as the dreams now stirring in your heart. Beyond their beauty and power, the tides are a treasure trove for science, offering clues to Earth's deep history and dynamic present. Oceanographers study their patterns to model currents, predict storm surges, and trace the planet's pulse. In places like the Bay of Fundy, tidal data reveals how energy flows through oceans, shaping climate and ecosystems. Ancient shorelines, preserved in fossilized sediments, tell of tides that surged when the Earth spun faster, days shorter, and the moon closer. These records, etched in rock, are a diary of a younger planet, its seas dancing to a fiercer lunar tune. By mapping tidal variations from the Kimberley's torrents to the Mediterranean's whispers, scientists unravel tales of tectonic shifts, sea level changes, and even the moon's slow retreat, a narrative written in water and stone. The tide's diversity also shapes human experience, from practical to profound. In the Maldives, fishers time their voyages to the tide's rhythm, knowing when channels deepen or currents calm. In Venice, engineers designed barriers to tame aqua alta, blending technology with the sea's ancient flow. Even in science, the tide's patterns inform coastal planning, warning of floods or erosion as climates shift. These variations from Australia's wild surges to the Maldives' subtle shifts there, the Earth's own language, each shore speaking with its own accent, yet all answering the moon's universal call. As you lie wrapped in warmth, dear listener, let these images wash over you. The Kimberley's raging falls, Venice's flooded streets, the Maldives' delicate dance with the sea. Picture scientists poring over ancient rocks, tracing tides that surged eons ago, or fishers watching the moon to guide their nets. The tides are more than water's rise. They are a global story, connecting continents, cultures, and centuries. Each shore, from the thunderous to the tranquil, is a note in the moon's grand symphony, a melody of gravity and time that resonates in your heart. Rest now, dear wanderer, and let these tidal tales carry you towards sleep's gentle shores. The moon, ever silent, pulls the seas in its quiet dance, shaping lives and landscapes with a touch both powerful and tender. Somewhere, even now, waves rush through Australian cliffs, creep into Venetian alleys, or lap at Maldivian sands, all moved by the same force that stirs your dreams. The tides, like this story, are a lullaby of connection, their rhythms as varied as the shores they touch, yet bound by the moon's eternal gaze. Good night, and may your slumber flow as smoothly as the tides, carrying you to a place where the sea's whisper meets the sky's embrace. A world where every wave tells a story of the Earth's unending dance with the cosmos. Slip softly into the night's gentle cradle, dear dreamer, as we stand at the water's edge, where the tide's ceaseless dance whispers not only of cosmic rhythms, but of humanity's quiet ambition to harness their power. Each rise and fall of the sea, guided by the moon's tender pull, carries a pulse of energy, trillions of tons of water shifting twice daily, a force as ancient as the earth itself. For as long as we've gazed at the waves, we've dreamed of capturing this motion, turning the sea's breath into light, warmth, and motion. This is the story of tidal power, a renewable energy as steady as the lunar cycle, its roots stretching back to ancient ingenuity, and its branches reaching toward a future aglow with possibility. As you nestle beneath your blankets, let this tale of tides turn to power, soothe you like a lullaby, carrying you toward dreams as boundless as the sea. Long before the hum of turbines or the glow of electric lights, our ancestors found ways to dance with the tide's rhythm. In the misty dawn of history, across the shores of Europe and the Middle East, simple tidal mills dotted coastal hamlets. These were humble structures, often no more than stone walls and wooden wheels, designed with quiet cunning. As the tide surged in, it filled a pond or basin behind a dam. As the waters ebbed, the trapped sea was released, rushing through a channel to spin a water wheel. That wheel, creaking under the moon's command, turned millstones to grind grain into flour, feeding communities with the sea's own strength. These mills were the coastal kin of river mills, their power not from cascading streams but from the tide's patient rise and fall. In Northern Ireland, the Nendrum Monastery tidal mill, dating to the 7th century, stands as one of the oldest known. Its weathered stones are testament to monks who wedded celestial mechanics to the humble art of baking bread. It was a divine alchemy, the moon's pull transformed into sustenance, a quiet marvel beneath the stars. Fast forward to our modern age, and the dream of tidal power has grown grander, though its heart remains the same, to capture the sea's motion and weave it into our lives. Today's methods are as varied as the shores they grace, each a testament to human ingenuity, harmonizing with nature's rhythm. The tidal barrage, a modern descendant of those ancient mills, is perhaps the most storied. Picture a vast dam stretching across a tidal estuary, its gates poised like sentinels. As the tide floods in, water builds behind the barrage. As it retreats, the sea is released through turbines, their blades spinning to generate electricity. This is the sea's own hydroelectric dance, where water flows both ways, driven by the moon's unerring schedule. The Reims Tidal Power Station in Brittany, France, built in 1966, is a shining example, its turbines still humming today, powering some 130 homes with energy, as reliable as the tides themselves. Unlike solar panels dimmed by clouds or wind turbines stilled by calm, the Reims draws strength from a force that never falters, a beacon of renewable power under the moon's quiet gaze. Another marvel of modern tidal energy is the tidal stream generator, an underwater cousin to wind turbines, sleek and silent beneath the waves. These machines, anchored to the seabed in fast-flowing tidal channels, are spun by currents born of the tide's ebb and flow. Water, 800 times denser than air, carries a mighty punch, so even a gentle tidal stream can set these turbines whirling, generating power with elegant simplicity. Picture them as windmills in a submerged meadow, their blades turning in harmony with the sea's pulse, no dams or walls required. Placed in straits or estuaries where tides race like rivers, they harness the ocean's kinetic energy with minimal disruption, a quiet nod to the moon's pull. Their design is a whisper of innovation, blending into the seafloor, while drawing power from the same currents that guide fish and sway kelp forests. A newer vision, still unfolding, is the tidal lagoon, an artificial enclosure built along a coast, its walls cradling a pool of seawater. As tides rise and fall, water flows in and out through turbines, generating electricity much like a barrage, but with greater flexibility. Lagoons can be crafted where barrages are impractical, their gentle curves blending with the shore, offering a softer touch on ecosystems. They're a dream of balance, harnessing the tide's energy while preserving the sea's wild heart, a promise of power drawn from the moon's rhythm without reshaping entire rivers. These methods, barrages, stream generators, lagoons, are humanity's latest verses in a song begun by those ancient millers, each seeking to capture the tide's endless dance. Tidal power is uniquely alluring. It's clean, leaving no scars of smoke or waste. It's predictable, charted centuries in advance by the moon's unwavering path. And it's renewable, a gift that flows as long as the Earth spins and the moon orbits. The Rance Station, the Nendrum Mill, and the turbines beneath the waves all share this truth. The tides are a force we can partner with, their energy a thread connecting past ingenuity to future hope. As you lie in the warmth of your bed, dear listener, let these images drift through your mind. Ancient wheels turning under moonlight, modern turbines spinning in unseen currents, lagoons cradling the sea's pulse. Feel the tide's rhythm, a power that has fed villages and now lights cities, all guided by the moon's soft pull. This is a story of harmony, where human dreams align with nature's cadence, a lullaby of innovation and endurance. Rest now, dear wanderer, and let this tale of tidal power carry you towards sleep's gentle shores. Somewhere, even now, a turbine hums, a dam opens, and the sea answers the moon's call, weaving energy into the world. Good night, and may your dreams flow as smoothly as the tides, carrying you to a place where the sea's whisper powers the stars above. Drift deeper into the night's soothing embrace, dear wanderer, as we linger by the sea's restless edge, where the tide's ancient rhythm whispers not only of cosmic beauty, but of humanity's bold quest to harness their boundless energy. The dream of tidal power, born in the creaking wheels of ancient mills and thriving in the hum of modern turbines, is a tale of promise shadowed by challenges as vast as the oceans themselves. Yet, within these obstacles lies a future aglow with potential, where the moon's gentle pull might one day light our homes and guide our world toward a cleaner dawn. As you nestle beneath your blankets, let this story of tidal energy's trials and triumphs ripple through your mind, a lullaby as steady as the tides, carrying you softly toward the shores of sleep. Tidal power is a siren's song, alluring in its simplicity, a clean, predictable energy drawn from the sea's eternal dance, unmarred by the smoke of fossil fuels or the whims of weather. Unlike solar panels dimmed by clouds or wind turbines stilled by calm, the tides answer the moon's call with unwavering certainty, their rise and fall charted centuries in advance. This reliability is a gift, a cosmic clockwork that could steady power grids and light cities without faltering. Yet, for all its elegance, the path to capturing this energy is strewn with hurdles, as daunting as the ocean's depths, and as stubborn as barnacles clinging to a ship's hull. The sea, though generous, is no gentle partner. Its waters are a crucible of salt and storm, corrosive and relentless, testing the mettle of any machine daring to dwell within. Turbines and barrages must withstand pounding waves, scouring currents, and the slow, insidious creep of marine life barnacles, algae, and mussels that claim metal as their home. Maintenance in this briny realm is a costly dance, requiring divers, specialized vessels, and materials forged to defy rust and ruin. Installation, too, is no small feat. Anchoring turbines to the seabed or stretching barrages across estuaries demands precision in an environment that brooks no error. These challenges drive costs skyward, making tidal power a dream pursued only where the sea's might is fiercest and the will to innovate strongest. Geography, too, conspires to limit tidal power's reach. Not every shore sings with tides strong enough to turn turbines profitably. The sea's energy thrives in narrow straits, deep estuaries, or bays where the moon's pull is amplified by the land's embrace places like the Bay of Fundy in Canada, the Severn Estuary in the UK, or South Korea's coastal channels. These are the ocean's powerhouses, where tidal ranges soar and currents race like rivers. But such sights are rare, and not every coast can claim their vigor. The Mediterranean, with its faint tidal whispers, or broad open shores with gentle swells, offer little to fuel this dream. This scarcity confines tidal power to select corners of the globe, a treasure hoarded by nature's design. Environmental concerns add another layer to this complex tale. Tidal barrages, like the mighty Rance Station in France, can reshape ecosystems in ways both subtle and profound. By altering the sea's natural flow, they may disrupt fish migrations, shift sediment patterns, or change salinity in estuaries, ripples that touch creatures from plankton to seabirds. Tidal stream generators, though less intrusive, still cast shadows on the seafloor, their spinning blades a potential hazard to marine life navigating ancient paths. These impacts demand careful study, a balance between the promise of clean energy and the preservation of the sea's wild heart. Every turbine placed, every dam built, must weigh its gift of power against its cost to the ocean's delicate web, a responsibility as weighty as the tides themselves. Yet, for all these challenges, the allure of tidal power endures, a beacon of hope in a world hungry for sustainable light. Its predictability is unmatched, a rhythm that planners can trust when solar and wind falter. Its cleanliness is a balm for a planet scarred by carbon's toll, offering energy without the stain of pollution. And its potential, though tethered to specific shores, is vast in those places where the tides roar loudest. The UK, Canada, and South Korea lead this quest. Their coasts alive with experiment turbines spinning in Scottish straits, barrages planned in Welsh bays, and pilot projects testing the sea's might. These efforts are seeds of a future where the moon's pull powers not just dreams, but reality. Innovation is the key to unlocking this promise. Engineers craft turbines of resilient alloys, designed to shrug off salt and storms. New materials resist corrosion, while modular designs ease maintenance, lowering costs with each advance. Tidal lagoons, with their gentle footprints, offer paths to power without choking rivers or bays. Research probes the sea's depths, mapping currents and ecosystems to place turbines where they sing in harmony with nature. Each step forward stronger blades, smarter grids, greener designs brings tidal power closer to the mainstream. A quiet revolution born of human ingenuity and the sea's endless pulse. As you lie in the warmth of your bed, dear listener, let these visions drift through your mind, turbines turning beneath unseen waves, barrages standing firm against the sea's embrace, lagoons cradling the tide's gift. Feel the promise of tidal power, a dream that wrestles with salt and stone, yet reaches for a cleaner world. This is a story of perseverance, where challenges are met with hope, where the moon's rhythm fuels not just the sea but humanity's future. Rest now, dear wanderer, and let this tale carry you towards sleep's gentle shores. Somewhere, even now, a turbine spins, a dam hums, and the sea answers the moon's call, weaving energy into the night. Good night, and may your dreams flow as smoothly as the tides, carrying you to a world where the ocean's pulse lights the stars above, a harmony of nature and ambition beneath the moon's eternal gaze. Drift gently into the night's tender embrace, dear wanderer, as we pause at the water's edge, where the tide's ceaseless rhythm reveals a truth as vast as the heavens. These waves, rising and falling under the moon's quiet gaze, are more than mere water's motion. They are a cosmic conversation, a dialogue between Earth and its lunar companion that has shaped our world for eons. The tides are the planet's heartbeat, pulsing through oceans, ecosystems, and time itself, weaving a tapestry of life and stability that cradles us all. As you nestle beneath your blankets, let this tale of the tide's profound significance wash over you like a soothing lullaby, carrying you toward dreams as deep as the sea and as timeless as the moon's soft pull. Picture the tides as Earth's reply to the moon's gentle summons, a gravitational whisper that began when our planet was young and molten. For over 4 billion years, the moon has cooled, and the oceans have leaned in, rising in twin bulgosome toward its silvery glow, the other on the far side, where its pull is faintest. This dance is no fleeting affair, but a partnership that sculpts the very rhythm of our world. The tides do more than lift boats or bare sandy shores. They stir the deep oceans, mixing heat and nutrients to drive currents that breathe life into marine ecosystems. Without this motion, the seas might stagnate, their depths growing cold and barren, less welcoming to the vibrant web of life from plankton to whales that thrives in their embrace. The tides, like a cosmic bellows, keep the oceans alive, a pulse felt from coral reefs to polar seas. This lunar rhythm reaches beyond water, touching the pulse of life itself. Sea turtles time their hatchings to high tides, their tiny flippers carried seaward by the moon's pull, increasing their odds of survival. Plankton rise with the flood, feeding fish that feed seabirds, a chain of sustenance tuned to the lunar cycle. On rocky shores, crabs and snails synchronize their foraging to the tide's ebb and flow, each movement a note in nature's lunar score. These creatures, great and small, live by the moon's clock, their instincts woven into the same gravitational thread that lifts the seas. The tides are a conductor, orchestrating ecosystems with a precision that humbles the heart, a reminder that life itself dances to the moon's quiet song. Beyond biology, the tides have shaped humanity's story, their rhythm etched into our cultures and calendars. Ancient coastal dwellers wove their lives around the sea's rise, from fishers timing their nets to sailors navigating by lunar charts. Lunar calendars, born of the tide cycle, guided early agriculture, their months counted by the moon's waxing and waning. Myths of sea gods and moon spirits reflect our ancestors' awe, sensing a celestial hand in the wave's endless march. Even today, the tide's language lingers in our words phrases like "the tide turns" or "ebb and flow" capture life shifts, as if we still feel the sea's pulse in our souls. Coastal cities, from Venice to ancient Mesopotamia, grew in the tide's shadow, their fates tied to the sea's gifts and perils, a legacy that binds us to the moon's eternal pull. Yet the tide's significance stretches even deeper to the very stability of our planet. The moon, ever watchful, is Earth's gravitational anchor, steadying its axial tilt against the cosmos's whims. Without this lunar tether, our planet's spin might wobble wildly, plunging seasons into chaos and climates into unpredictability. Days could vary from mere hours to weeks, a world less kind to life's fragile spark. The moon's presence ensures our gentle 23.5-degree tilt, gifting us reliable springs, summers, and winter seasons that nurtured life from microbes to forests. This stability, subtle yet profound, is the moon's quiet legacy, a cosmic embrace that made Earth a haven for the diversity we cherish. Without it, our story might never have begun, a thought as vast as the starry sky above you now. The tides also mark time's slow march, a gravitational duet that reshapes Earth and moon alike. As the oceans bulge and drag against the seafloor, they create a friction that slows our planet's spin, lengthening days by fractions of a second over millennia. This energy, passed to the moon, nudges it outward, 3.8 centimeters each year, a drift as gentle as a sigh. In billions of years, this dance may still, with Earth and moon locked in a mutual gaze, one side always facing the other, their tides a memory. But for now, we live in the golden age of this partnership, where the tides pulse with life, shaping shores and stories under a moon that still circles us with grace. As you lie in the warmth of your bed, dear listener, let these truths enfold you. The tide stir of oceans, their cradle of life, their mark on humanity's heart, and their role in Earth's cosmic calm. Picture the moon, a silent sentinel, pulling the seas with a touch so tender it belies its power, a force that has steadied our world since time's dawn. Feel the sea's rhythm, a heartbeat linking you to ancient fishers, to turtles swimming under moonlight, to the planet itself, spinning gently beneath the stars. This is a story of connection, a thread tying you to the cosmos, as profound as the dreams now whispering your name. Rest now, dear wanderer, and let this tale of the tide's significance carry you towards sleep's gentle shores. The moon's pull, eternal and unerring, weaves through water, life, and time, a lullaby that echoes across eons. Somewhere, even now, a tide rises, a turtle hatches, a sailor dreams, all moved by the same force that soothes your soul. The tides, like this story, are a cosmic song, their melody the pulse of a planet bound to its lunar kin. Good night, and may your dreams flow as deep as the oceans, carrying you to a place where the moon's quiet beauty holds the world in its timeless embrace, a harmony of gravity, life, and wonder beneath the stars' eternal glow. Settle deeper into the night's tender embrace, dear wanderer, as we stand one last time by the sea's whispering edge, where the tides weave a final, heartfelt verse in their cosmic song. This is not merely a tale of water's rise and fall, but a story of connection, a gentle thread tying you, me, and all of humanity to the moon's quiet pull and the earth's ceaseless reply. The tides are a rhythm older than our dreams, a pulse that stirs the heart and soothes the soul, inviting us to feel the planet's breath beneath the stars. As you nestle beneath your blankets, let this closing chapter of our lunar journey wrap you in warmth, a lullaby as soft as moonlight, carrying you toward dreams where the sea and sky meet in timeless harmony. Imagine yourself on a quiet shore tonight, the air cool, the waves lapping gently at your feet. The moon hangs low, its silver glow painting ripples across the water, each one a whisper of a conversation begun billions of years ago. This is no distant spectacle, but a living moment, one you share with every soul who has ever stood by the sea. The tides, rising now to kiss the sand, are the same that lifted ancient boats, guided fishers' nets, and inspired poets to pen odes to the night. As a boat sways softly in a distant harbour, or a shorebird probes the wet sand for a final morsel, you're woven into this sincere, fleeting note in a symphony that spans eons, yet as vital as the breath you draw now. This connection is the tide's deepest gift. They remind us we are not apart from the world, but part of it, our lives entwined with the moon's pull as surely as the oceans are. When you watch the sea retreat, unveiling shells that gleam like secrets, or see it surge back, claiming the shore in a frothy embrace, you witness a force that has shaped humanity's story. Coastal dwellers, from ancient Mesopotamia to modern Maldives, have lived by this rhythm, their days timed to the sea's rise, their myths born of its mysteries. Even in our bustling, electric age, the tides call us back to beaches where children chase waves, to harbours where boats bob in quiet cadence, to moments of stillness where we feel the planet's pulse beneath our feet. The moon, ever silent, is our quiet partner in this dance, its influence as tender as it is profound. It asks nothing of us, yet gives everything, stirring the seas, steadying Earth's spin, cradling life in its rhythmic embrace. This partnership is a comfort, a certainty in a world of fleeting moments. As you lie there, wrapped in the warmth of your bed, know that the tides are moving even now, unseen but certain. Somewhere, a beach is bared, its sands rippling in patterns that echo ancient shores. A crab scuttles beneath a rock, a boat lifts gently on its mooring, all moved by the same force that whispers through this tale. The moon's pull is a constant, a soft hand guiding the world, as reliable as the dreams now tugging at your heart. This story, like the tides, is an invitation to pause, to feel the rhythm that connects you to something vast. You are part of this dance, dear listener, a thread in the tapestry of earth and moon. The same tides that shaped ancient coasts cradle you now, their pulse a reminder that you belong to a world alive with wonder. As we close this journey, I invite you to carry this feeling into your dreamstow sense, the sea's breath, the moon's quiet call, and the earth's gentle spin beneath it all. If this tale has soothed you, perhaps you'll tap a like on this video, a small gesture that helps this sleepy corner of the cosmos reach others. Or, if you're drawn to more starlit stories, a subscribe would warm this scientist's heart, weaving you into our quiet community of dreamers. Before you drift fully into sleep, share a whisper of your own. Where are you watching from, and what hour glows on your clock? It's a joy to see our tidal tribe ripple across time zones, from moonlit beaches to city-lit rooms, each of us bound by this shared rhythm. Whether it's dusk in a coastal village or midnight in a bustling town, your place in this moment is a note in the world's endless song. Let the tide's certainty their rise and fall, their ancient dialogue with the moon carry you gently now, a lullaby that needs no words, only the soft pulse of water and gravity. Rest now, dear wanderer, and let this final chapter of our journey cradle you towards sleep's gentle shores. The moon, ever watchful, pulls the seas in its silent dance, a rhythm that has sung through ages and will echo long after we're gone. Somewhere, even now, a wave kisses a shore, a bird skims the shallows, and the earth turns beneath a sky aglow with stars, all moved by the same force that soothes your soul. The tides, like this story, are a gift, a reminder that you are tethered to the cosmos, a part of its timeless beauty. Good night, and may your dreams flow as smoothly as the tides, carrying you to a place where the sea's whisper meets the moon's glow, a world where every wave is a story, every rise a promise, and every fall a gentle return to peace. Sleep deeply, dear listener, beneath the moon's eternal gaze, and let the tide's rhythm rock you softly into the night's embrace, where the earth and sky sing as one in a lullaby older than time itself.